Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here again and say I am absolutely overwhelmed with the love and support that I've received from more people than I could have ever possibly imagined. Like, this is a big moment, you know? It's the most important thing for me is that there are changes put in place so that people have an equitable access to education where they feel safe. That's my top priority. It always has been. Because education happens inside and outside of the classroom. And that's what my TikTok has always been about. That's what my Substack is about. That's what my freely accessible articles I share for free are about. The only things that I've ever charged for are my books. Because I need to make some money from something that I create. While the main gist I'm always talking about everywhere else is the stuff that's in the books anyway. Anyway, I can't thank you all enough. I know that a lot of folks have come on droves as well, harassing me, and I just hope that you can realize one day that all I was doing was speaking against the overt hatred, whether people see it or not. There are problematic themes that people say, and Charlie Kirk said them all the time. He said all kinds of racist and sexist and classist and cis heterosexist shit all the time, whether he knew it or not. And he did know it. He knew it enough to create campaigns to target people, and now y'all are doing that in his death. And the world isn't gonna get better unless you decide to stop doing that. My entire politic is centered on a belief in liberation for all, and that we need to build a better world that is fundamentally different than this one. We all deserve everything we need to survive and thrive. That's who you've been sending hate to, is someone that believes that. You've taken my words that were critical of neo-Nazis and Nazis and fascism, and you've taken them personally. And if you're doing that, that says a lot, because you shouldn't be resonating with neo-Nazism or fascism. If you do, there's a lot that you need to unpack. If what I say challenges your beliefs, great. How do you think I got here? That's what learning is. That's what I advocated for all my students when I was still at university that shall not be named. That's what I was doing. I was centering their humanness. And the most important thing to me is that we as a society center our humanness moving forward so that we can be re-embodied, change the otherwise very deeply violent relationships, and end the industrial devastation of the planet. Most every insult that I've gotten is steeped in eugenics rhetoric. Eugenics is ableisms, racisms, classisms, etc., sexisms. Endless attacks on my looks, my IQ, literally using the R slur to describe an autistic person. If you hate autistic people, that's another Yahtzee thing that you're doing. That is hate speech. Endless examples of hate speech all over my Twitter, especially. Think about why you do that, because it's not a coincidence. It's because the nation is built on a rotten eugenics foundation. And that's the language that you've been handed down. And you have a choice to use it or not. And what I'm advocating for is not using it, because it hurts us. And if you think that that means I'm celebrating something that I'm not, like, there's nothing I can say to you, because you're not going to be reasoned with. And it's clear. And I'm here to be exactly who the fuck I am, stand in my truth, and speak truth. I'm not sorry about pointing that out to you. And I'm not sorry about pointing out any of the other discriminations you espouse either. As I talked about with employees and direct superiors, there is a lot of autistic discrimination, a lot of unemployment, a lot of statistically backed employment terminations and unlawful terminations. If you think that I'm not being discriminated against for saying something that is non-autistically unacceptable, you don't know who the fuck I am. And you don't. Most of you really don't. You have no idea who I am. You've never seen me before. And it shows. And tell it exactly like it fucking is. I got fired for calling out neo-Nazi sympathizers, and everyone said, make a GoFundMe, and I said, how much should I make it for? And they said, at least 6 months, and then some people said 4 million, because that's how much that racist got, and I said, okay, we'll go $1 million.